This is Curtis. I'm a Phins fan, and I'm going to do something I never, ever thought I would do. And that is to bid Tom Brady a fond farewell. Wasn't sure if I was going to do this. Wasn't sure if that was part of this channel. But there was still some of that old tribalism from being a Fin fan rather than being a true football fan sticking in me. And the more I thought about it, the more I realized if I'm a true fan of the game, of the art, because that's the way I view football, an art form. If I'm a true fan of this art, how could I not give a fond farewell and tribute to Tom Brady and the conclusion of his career? I've watched some greats play live. I watched Walter Payton, Earl Campbell, Dan Marino, Lawrence Taylor, Barry Sanders, Deion Sanders, Ray Lewis. They've come and gone. And really, there's no player who occupies such a vast amount of my memory as a football fan with the level of dominance that Tom Brady has other than Jerry Rice. There's no question that he is the GOAT, maybe the GOAT of all players, not just quarterbacks. I still remember rooting for Tom Brady in his first Super Bowl. It was a cold night, winter night, taking the train to my friend's house. I was having a Super Bowl party. I was like 28. It seems like a lifetime ago. I remember it clear as yesterday. Going to the party. Hey, Curtis, who you rooting for? I'm rooting for Tom Brady. Tom Brady, the Patriots, you're a Dolphin fan. But I love the concept of the gray hoodie. I love the whole concept of team first. And I love Tom Brady being an underdog. I wanted to see the arrogant Rams get defeated. Quickly after that, though, the success started mounting, interfere with my tribalistic view of the game as a pure Dolphins fan. I began to despise Tom Brady. Not the person, but the player. I rooted for his failure. But just like Tom Brady did with everything else, he outworked the situation and his critics and his deniers. And as the football mind that I am today, free of just wanting my team to win, but really viewing football as an art form. No player has transformed my thought process like Tom Brady, because he interfered with my team for so long. And regardless of what he did, I constantly had reasons why he wasn't this. And I denied his greatness. But over time, it became impossible to deny the greatness. He was an average Joe. Nobody wanted him. Aside from being a kind of tall guy, he had no real attributes. He was just a game manager that was winning through the Belichick defense. Then there was the tuck rule. And then there was a change in the rules, the passing rules that made his stats explode. Well, if he had played another era, and then there was Randy Moss. Well, if you didn't have Randy Moss. But he outlasted all that and kept getting better and better and better. And at a certain point, I had to deal with a concept called cognitive dissonance. And cognitive dissonance means that your brain has ideas, beliefs, but something comes into it that doesn't fit those ideas, doesn't fit those beliefs or wants, desires. Even though it's true, your mind goes into dissonance, like those TV screens, like and you just can't accept the information. You just reject it from an intellectual level. But his greatness broke through that dissonance, and it was undeniable year after year. And I would sit there and listen to the critics. Well, here's this, and I'm like, that's really kind of ridiculous. And then I'm like, wait, I'm saying the same thing. How can I really love the game of football and be objective if I am not seeing clearly what's before me? And that was greatness. Tom Brady, wow, wished he had been a Dolphin or on any other team, I have to objectively look at it and say, the guy's an inspiration to every football player and every person, in the sense that nothing was given to him. He wasn't born with ultra talent. He didn't have the arm of Dan Marino or the legs of Lamar Jackson, or he didn't have all these great attributes, the size of Peyton Manning, but he outworked all the quarterbacks of his day through hard work, discipline, commitment, a ferocity to be the greatest. And he proved to anyone in any field and anywhere that if you want something and give your all and more, you can achieve the heights of success and become the greatest. And it's not that I dismiss if Tom Brady had played in another era, his stats wouldn't have been as gaudy. They probably wouldn't have been. He's had some help along the way with having a great coach and teams. If he didn't have that, he would. But Tom Brady would have always been great. He would have always overachieved. He would always have lifted up the teams. And he just happened to have a set of circumstances that fit. He is the greatest quarterback of the new era and would have been one of the greatest of any era because of his ability to dominate this space. So I thank Tom Brady for his career, even though for the most part, I was hoping for this day. I would hope it would happen quickly. Get him out of here. But I was wrong. I didn't see things clearly, and I didn't appreciate what he was doing in the time he was doing it. But I started out rooting for him. And when he went to Tampa, it became a little easier for me to view things. But tell you the truth, after he beat Atlanta, he was down all those points, and I was like, this is over, he's done. And he came back. That began the real change in my mindset. And then how I actually viewed the game. Now I can look at players from any team. Even if they just beat my Dolphins, I'm unhappy. But I can look at them clearly now. And Tom Brady plays a huge part of that. And I like being a non-tribalistic football viewer now. I love my Dolphins. There's nothing that would make me more happy to see my Dolphins win the Super Bowl. I'll get a quarterback to have half the success that Tom Brady has. But if it doesn't come, I still find beauty in the game and the players. And that comes from Tom Brady. And I rooted for him against KC. Didn't want to see him win this year back to back. But I did root for him because I saw clearly who the man was. I'm going to miss Tom Brady. I don't think in the rest of my lifetime I'll even see a player close. Maybe. Jerry Rice was in the first part of my 42 years. Tom Brady was in the second. Who knows what happens in the third? But it's hard to imagine any player having that kind of success again. And I can say I lived through it. I saw both these players in their prime, through their careers, from beginning to end. Tom Brady is going to be missed. Glad he's not a Patriot, of course. But as time goes by, I'm going to miss him more. Fin fans, I know we've had a lot of ugly moments with Tom Brady, but we got to see, unfortunately, the wrong end, greatness like we may never see again. So this Curtis saying, Tom Brady, you were a master artist. Thank you for the creations you put on the field. Sometimes it didn't always make me feel good, but in retrospect, down the line, understanding what football truly is about and the artistry of it, there's no way to love the game of football and not appreciate what you've done. There's not going to probably ever be another guy like you, but we'll see. Thank you, Tom Brady. Best of luck in the future. I'm sure the time with your family is been delayed for a long time, and your family is waiting for you. As a guy who loves his family, I know You love the game of football. Family is a sweet thing too. This is Curtis saying thank you for staying to the end. Please like, comment, subscribe. Comments mean the most. Subscribes and like helps us the Google overlords. Keeps us in business. I like that too. Anyway, this is Curtis saying catch you next time, Fin fans and football fans alike. Be well. Bookies can earn hundreds to thousands of dollars from booking action with aceperhead.com.